Hello everyone, this is Moses from Wilona's Cave, and I am going to be talking about my new game system that I'm creating called Echoes of the Hidden RPG. It's a solo and group play RPG. This is the pamphlet version, so I'm up to about 35 pages or so, but I decided to make a pamphlet version to give everybody a chance to play. There's no charge for this. Once I'm done with it, I'll make it available to everyone. It's better, in my opinion, to give this to everybody and hear feedback than spend time making a 100-page RPG or more. We'll see how big of an RPG I make, and then find out that it's not that great or something like that. So, why you see this? I don't know if many of you know of Dragon Age or what was it, Blue Rose, Fantasy Age, Modern Age, Expanse Age, the Age system. I love that system. It would be in my top 10 all-time favorite RPGs. I have more stuff to talk about, by the way, as well. It would be in my top 10 RPGs, but there's a lot of issues with it that I've homebrewed over the years and melded my own mechanics with it. And that's what the inspiration, came from Fantasy Age and Dungeon World. One of my top favorite games of all time right here. Here's Fantasy Age. And here is the second edition book. And here is the journal I chose for me writing all my notes in for the system. Isn't that beautiful? Persian Grove. So it's fitting because my system is ancient Middle East setting. So I am Armenian Lebanese. My family's from Lebanon. Burchamut, Beirut, Anjar and Zalle, and Baalbek in Lebanon. That's my background, a little bit of me. I know I don't say too much about myself, but it's about my channel of playing solo, not really about me, really. Then I printed out this sheet, black and white, so I could talk about it in a minute here. And I'm gonna cut. Instead of cutting, I'm just gonna shut the camera off, put it back on. I'm gonna show you a really cool trick I use with my dry erase board. This is, I put this in my binder that I'll show in a second here. While I'm traveling or when I have thoughts or ideas, I use this dry erase board, and this is big enough to fit into my binder. So let me show you that binder right now. So I'm at my other table. I have my Switch that I play on, and I have an Xbox S series as well, or Series S as well, but I like the Switch a lot. So I have, let's see, I have the white box, and I have my Dragonbane RPG journal that you guys know if you've been watching. That's the journal for my Dragonbane. And then when I open, I have all my dice. I have markers for the dry erase board. I have my Dragonbane standees. I'll link up a video too on that, how I do that. And then I put my the dry erase board right here. Zip it up and carry it wherever I need to go, and I can just play solo RPG on the go. So let's get back to my game. So really quickly about my dry erase board, these are magnetic right here. So I keep them in my binder as well, so you could just plop them down there, or you could put glue magnets under minis if you have, or the refrigerator magnets, you could use them. The reason why, and I just drew really quickly without color. Here's a river, here's some rocks. So I could test out my system. Player 1, player 2, enemy 2, enemy 1. And I like magnets because if I take this on a train or anything, nothing falls. Pretty cool. So that's just a little solo RPG tip right there that I'm including in the video. So this system is basically a Powered by the Apocalypse system, modified by me, because I love using fate dice. So Powered by the Apocalypse action dice, if you get that's gonna probably be a miss. And there's a narrative die. I like fate dice. But with Fantasy Age, it comes in if you hear doors closing, my son's in the house too. If you are playing Fantasy Age, this is the die system. This is the dice pool system as well. So it really fits, but I've played Fantasy Age for a long time, but it's not in my top 10 because of listed problems. Maybe I'll include in the video now instead of stating them, because I've already did a community post about why it's not in my top 10. Okay? Now, if it was designed the way I made it, it would be in my top 10. Now, how this works is Fantasy Age. I'll say it quickly, and then I'll say what I've done. Okay? How this works is you have 2 action dies and you have a stunt die. Mine is called an echo skill die or an echo die. Okay? Hence, Echoes of the Hidden. You roll it, and then there's a target number you got to reach is most likely a miss. But perfect example. So we got a double. Now, what happens with a double is that player that rolled a double has 2 stunt points, or I think they're called stunt points, not stunt skills or anything. 2 stunt points that they could use. This is one of the main problems with Fantasy Age or any of the age systems. You go through these. Well, it depends what you're doing, I guess. You got exploration, you got social stunts. That's 2 of them for probably the GM and the players, or to pass around. Combat and spells. I have a few other echo tables, action tables, miss tables, etc. I just don't have those 4. I have more. So let's say you go to the basic combat stunt. So you have 2 points to spend, okay? Now remember, there's a group of 6 people at the table and everybody's waiting for you to decide, which one? Do I choose this or do I choose that? What do you guys think? Like, it's kind of like that one person in the restaurant that takes forever to order. What do you think? Should I go for the vinaigrette or the ranch? What do you guys think? The vinaigrette, it's healthier, but I like ranch. I don't know. Should I go with the ranch? Should I? Oh, but what about this? all these 2s. What about a T-bone? You guys like T-bone? I think I'll get the chicken though. This is the problem. Age, green, what is it? Green Ronin or Green Ronine or however you say your name. This is the problem. That is one of the biggest problems. Imagine if it's not that. And then I'm going to expand more on this die system that I've changed, that I've used. If it's 1 or 2 players, is maybe okay. But what if you have 6 and it's not that hard to get doubles? Okay, I have mechanics, by the way, to where if you get a triple, there's something else, because I don't think there's triple in Fantasy Age or any of the age systems. Actually, I'm pretty sure they don't have it. I have something that if you get a triple, something happens. Okay, remember, this is just an inspiration. I personally think they did it horribly. Okay, that's just one issue with the system, just one. There's more, and it'll probably be on the screen listed, okay? Now imagine, like I said, 6 people are going around and everybody gets doubles. It's not that hard to get doubles on a 3d6. I just did it on camera. Proof in concept. Now imagine if 4 out of 6 people did it and everybody took 2.5 minutes each. That is so boring. Okay, that's the main problem. Then you have the basic spell stunts and exploration stunts and social stunts. Keeps going and going. So the way I designed it was that, let me show you. I really want to show you with the colors inside. A lot of this I drew, then I put into, what do you call the Photoshop? I'm just getting back into Photoshop because I'm having trouble finding reputable coloring artists. I'm finding some of them are just using AI, like I could have done. Drawn out what I want, submitted it to Photoshop. If I find out what the name is, I'll put it in the screen right now. And Photoshop basically colors it in for me, basically. So, but maybe I'll just go black and white like I've always been doing my own artwork. But we'll see. So you can see how nice and pretty that is. By the way, look at this, everybody. Now, you can open here too. Look at this. Solo play rules. This is a synopsis of my solo rules that I'm creating for for everybody, but it'll be on my Patreon page when I'm done with it. So there's a yes and no oracle, there's a random event generator, there's verbs, there's nouns. See, inspiration, apocalypse world, dungeon world, fantasy age, and Assassin's Creed video game. Now here's the inside of it, but instead of worrying about if it's gonna close or not, I'm gonna put this to the side. That's why I printed out another one, black and white though, but I printed out another one so it's nice and easy to look at. Okay, so here's the heartbeat level system. I'm still debating on the name. That's your HP. There is no damage, like damage of weapons. There's no encumbrance. There's no keeping track of water or food, etc., etc. So how this works is that it is a modified Power by the Apocalypse system. It's a 2d6 action dice, plus or minus your modifiers, which you'll get from up here, +, +2, +1, 0, and -1. There's 4 attributes, by the way: finesse, insight, influence, and resolve. I'll probably put this whole thing, like I take a screenshot of this on my computer and put it on the screen. And I'll probably make this available. I think it's good enough. I'll make it available in the description below. So how this works: modifier plus the 1d6 echo die for outcomes. Okay, just like any Powered by the Apocalypse system if you've played it. Okay, 10 plus, you achieve the goal effectively. 7 and 9, mixed success. You succeed but face a complication or choice. Roll on a verb and noun tables if inspiration is needed. On a 6 miss, this is where I'm different. You face a setback, or GM or Oracle, remember, it could be group play too, makes a move. On a 6 less miss, mark heartbeat and roll on the miss table. Okay, so you're gonna fill in, and let me put on the dry erase board. Okay, so let's say you're the Blade Dancer. So this is playable characters, and this is some enemies, and I have a blank spot for you to fill out. I already did something on my dry erase board, and I'll show you. Condition markers. So these markers here, they're all varied. Okay, these blocks are your health blocks, how much damage you can take, and these red circles are your conditions. Once you roll, once you fill up these, so I have it right here. Okay, so this is the Blade Dancer. That's one of the archetypes that I have. I know I'm going a little back and forth because I'm kind of excited, everybody, because I really am having fun with the system. So character creation, choose the attributes, your archetypes. You get to select one. The rules will be over there to tell you. One of the archetype moves, whatever you have, all the basic moves you get, and you get to choose one advanced move. You see how this kind of looks blurry because it's crooked? There we go. There's a lot more, by the way. This is the most anxiety-inducing project I've ever done, to put a huge system into a 2-page, basically 1-page double-sided pamphlet. So there's a whole bunch more advanced rules and, advanced moves, basic moves, whole bunch more stuff and more rules, etc., etc. So there is the Blade Dancer. Okay, same thing. So how this works is, let's say you roll. Remember, if I roll a miss, you face a setback, blah, blah, blah. On a miss, mark 1 HB. So you're gonna mark an HB right there. Come on, depth perception. And then to streamline everything, you've already rolled your miss 1d6 die, which is your echo die. So it's a 3. Well, in this case, let's just roll it again. This was another example. So let's see. That was a success there, but let's make it a failure. There we go, it's a failure. So it's a 2. So instead of rolling again, your echo die will tell you what miss you've done. 2, strategic loss. Lose an important item or position, giving your opponent an edge. And then narrative. The big rule book will have more rules and things stated to flesh that out. But in this section here, just narratively think what that would be. So if you're a GM, think of what that would be, or you're solo. But if you need inspiration, roll on the random event, verb and noun tables, etc. So that's a very quick example of how that would work here. But let me show you something else. So archetype moves, if you get a miss, you mark 1 HB and you reference the miss outcome table with that echo die value, EDV. The basic move, I believe it's the same. Yes, it's the same thing. But the advanced move is you have to mark 2 HB and reference the miss outcome table with that echo die value. So let's say I did an advanced move of the Echoes of Understanding, which is insight. Roll insight to uncover secrets. On a 10 plus, gain clear insight plus advantage. On a 7 and 9, get partial truths with a puzzle. And then on a miss, it's right here, mark 2 HB. Okay, so that was insight. So now I have to mark 2 HB. And now look what happens. I mark that circle, that red circle up there. I just marked it. But because I marked it with insight, I take a condition or debility of insight, which is, there it is. Clouded judgment, -1 to all insight rolls. This is also compounding. So if I continue and I keep marking off these circles with insight, coincidentally with insight, that's -3 for insight. So they compound on top of each other. Slander spread by a rival through whispers that reach far and wide. So now you have this issue that people, narratively, you go into a tavern or wherever, they're like, oh, I know who you are. That you're gonna get less kind reactions from the NPC, hence that -1 roll that you just did right here. Now there'll be more fleshed out rules in the rule book, but in basic form, to get rid of these conditions or abilities, there is a few ways to do it. Players can remove by resting, spells, healing, and or meditation. Okay, remove conditions. But to heal, I thought of something interesting. I'm trying to make this as streamlined as possible, and I'll explain more in a little bit. So you're gonna roll for healing, so let's see how that goes. So 1, 5, and a 6. Okay, the echo die is a 6. Now I have to include in this rule set maybe that this doesn't spawn if you got doubles or doubles of any of them, or triples. This won't do anything with the echo skills. Okay, this is just healing. Okay, everybody has an aptitude for healing, and in the rule book, some will be better at it, or with spells, potions, etc. That will give you a bonus to this roll. Okay, so let's say, and there's no modifier. Maybe in the rule book I'll make one. There's no modifier. So a 6 or less is a miss. Okay, so it doesn't matter what this was. So a 6 or less is roll on the miss outcome table. So now you try to heal yourself, and now you have to roll here. Okay, now if you rolled a success, let's say you rolled like I said, doubles won't matter here. So this is a 10. That means you got a 10 plus. So if you do this, roll 2d6, 10 plus, heal your echo die value. So you get to heal 6 worth of your health. So you would just basically get your cap for me and just erase that and re-put the circle in there. Sorry, one-handed is so hard. It's like, I don't want to look at the camera, but then I don't want to set it up because I want to show up close. I don't want to be way up here, like even higher. I want to be up close so you guys can really see it because it's small lettering. I had to do small lettering. It's 8-point font, most of it, to fit all this in here. Okay, so there is that. So let me talk about the difference between the Fantasy Age, the stunt skills. Well, it's called stunts. Mine is skills. So with my rule, rolling a 2d6 plus your echo die, 1d6 for your moves right here. The echo die is a different color, like a fate die. Okay, a double on any combo of 2d6, activate an echo skill based on the echo die's value. Okay, there's the difference. There's the difference. There's what's gonna make everything fast. Using your archetype d6 echo skill table. Oh, let me correct that. I didn't include that right now. I gotta erase that. I gotta delete that. That's for the main rule book. Right here is just a little boxes for everybody. So anyways, okay, but there's no rule for this in fantasy. For me, there is. For triple, if you roll a triple, including the echo die, meaning that I'm just saying that if all these are 5s, okay, you gain the echo skill and add the echo die's value to the echo group reserve for powerful group focused echo skills. Now where that is in the back of here. Let me show you. There, it's right here. Let me get this out of the way so it looks nicer. It won't confuse you as much maybe. So here is the character echo skill table. Now in the main rule book, that's when you had the archetype, it said. Every archetype has their own 6 special echo skill tables, okay? Determined by your echo die value, EDV. So let's say my EDV, I try to attack somebody. Now this has combat, exploration, and role-playing or social in here, 2, 2, 2. Same with the group. Here's the group, okay? The group is a little different though. So let's say I rolled a 2 on the echo die, okay? And I rolled like a 4, 4. 4, 4, oh, come on. 4, 4 on the echo die. So that means instead of remember, like I said before with the hamburger and the chicken and whatever else I said, I'm being a smart aleck. That's basically what I was doing. This would mean you'd have to go, okay, what do I do, everybody? What do I do again? I could use this one and this one. I forgot I could use multiples. Imagine if you had 5. Oh, I'm gonna use this one, that's 2, and this, no, none of that. No, go away. You get number 2, Ancestors' Guidance. The player feels a momentary connection to their ancestors who led their strength for the next attack, doubling the damage or ensuring a critical success on their next combat roll. Done. Next. You go. You go. You go. You all got doubles? Boom, we're done. Next. Okay? You see the difference? Ugh. You know, sometimes that is one of the biggest complaints of the system, by the way. But sometimes I think people want to be clever just to be clever. And I'm really trying not to. I'm really, remember, I bought everything. I'm not getting anything for free. I actually deny people giving me stuff for free. I said I'm willing to pay for it because I don't want to be swayed. I'm not going to be, I was about to say something kind of mean, but I'm not going to be owned. Okay, I'm going to buy your system if I like it. I'm not going to get it for free and then I feel like I owe you something. I paid money for the system and I think it wasn't play tested enough, especially in the higher levels. Calm down, Moses. Okay, so let's say I got a triple. Okay, really, this is a partial success. You use the moves. So whatever the move says, let's see, that's why I wanted this paper. Whatever this move is, so let's say persuade someone, 7 to 9. They'll do it, but you need to do something first. That still applies to this partial success, okay? I don't know what the modifiers are. Let's say my modifier was 0 for this. For influence. For influence, I have a 0, so I got an 8, that's a partial. But it's a triple. So what happens now is that you get number 4. You get number 4 in the Echo skill. So you get Ancestors' Compass. Upon deciphering, I'll just put it right here so I don't have to read everything. You can read it for yourself. That's a long verbiage there. And then you could either use it right now or you can put it into the group reserve amount that you can see right here. You just put it right here with pencil, okay, for this pamphlet. And then you have 4 points that anyone in the group can use, or the player that rolled it can use 4 points right now for combat, exploration, social role play, and there'll be more tables as well. This is nothing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, this is the only time where you could spend skill points. But remember, let's say in one round, well, there's no rounds with it, it's powered by the apocalypse. But let's say after a little while, 3 people got triples, okay? And one person got a 4, one person got a 1, and one person got a 2. So they all invested their points into the group reserve amount. So they're all invested. So now when it's time to go, hey guys and gals, I'm thinking about using a group reserve. And instead of just by yourself now, or excuse me, this is good. Instead of by yourself going, yeah, the souffle. You know what? I should remember to eat before I play because I'm very hungry. That's why I'm mentioning all these hamburgers and souffles and stuff. But instead of you doing this and imagine, let's see. And everybody's waiting on you. No, that's what you get. So that's what you're going to get. That person gets like a number 1, boom. And then they go, okay, guys, we got 7 points. And oh, by the way, all these always success. There's no roll. These are automatic successes. And there's going to be pages of this. Pages of these type of tables. And here's my thought process, okay? Remember, please bear with me. I'm very excited. This is my first time really showing a role-playing game other than Haiku Journey, which is a really fun game, but an actual role-playing game. I've done them before for myself, but this is the first time doing it for the public. So bear with me. I'm a newbie here, I guess, with this. Why I think that it's okay to do skill points at this point using the Echo skills and spending points here. is because everybody has a vested interest. Everybody puts something in there. It's not like you waiting on someone ordering their off a menu item. Everybody put money in the till, so to speak. So everybody's like, no, you should use this. Hold on. All right, Moses, what if you use Spectral Scouts? And how many we got? 7? Now you use just 1 point or 7 or whatever, etc. And then it automatically works. It may work at that moment. It may benefit you later on, or it may benefit you in the past. This is all about the echoes. This is all about everything. Now, the past I haven't still worked out yet, but I'm trying to do stuff for the past that will help you in the future. But regardless, that's why you can see here where you have a team of your past selves, your fathers, grandfathers, great-grandmothers, your grandmother, your mother, everybody that was part of these elite team that I haven't really worked out exactly their drive as a group yet. I have some ideas, but they can blend in the past. So I'll just read some stuff to you right now. Chronicles of Paths. Now remember, these are the big ones. This is what Echoes of the Hidden is known for, or what I want it to be known for. The group can see ethereal footprints of those who passed before, revealing the most traveled routes of secret long forgotten. Let's see. Summon spectral advisors that provide the group with benefits, let's see. For a brief moment, communicate telepathically. Summons ethereal guardians that provide a moderate defense. Summons a spectral entity that scouts ahead for the group. And there's a lot more, everybody, to where it's like your past. There's one of my skill points, I think it's for I'm not too sure if it's for Blade Dancer or Shadow. I think it's Shadow Lurker, where he can make himself again and open a door for him while he's trying to run, so he doesn't have to unlock a door. So I'm going off now in tangents, but whatever. We're just hanging out. Let me know if you're still around. Say, put in Shadow Lurker in the comment section. I'm curious who's still sticking around. Where you can make yourself, remember, it's not a basic move or an advanced move. It's a guaranteed move because you rolled a uncommon, or not rare, but rarer, triple, and you get these kind of cool moves where you know there's a door that's locked, and you're running to that location. For some reason you're running, but when you get there you got to unlock it, and hopefully the person still running after you won't catch up. You can turn you could use that echo point and make another one of you that appears in that location at the door to unlock it, and you could run in and basically just give yourself a high five while you're running into the door and slam the door shut, and that your clone dissipates for a time being. They're only there. Things like that. Now, if you roll a double or a triple with miss, a 6 or less, you have to go to these tables, and your echo die value will tell you what to do. So if you roll a double, it's minor, triple, major. And then here is critical success and critical failure. So you can read about that. Basically, a critical success will amplify the echo skill received, and a critical fail will amplify the miss outcome received. So if you roll a critical success, it's a double 6. So now you go to the echo table. And if you roll a critical failure, it's a double 1. You go to this table and just amplify it a bit. So let's see. It's so dark right here. That's why I was lifting it up. Opportunity for foes. Well, you don't roll. Excuse me. It's going to be if I said that, it's going to be the echo die value. So let's say you got a 4. Opportunity for foes. Your enemies gain a significant advantage or opportunity against you. Amplify that. Maybe reinforcements come. By the way, I will have a bestiary. I just put Grunt Sergeant Captain here and a blank for you guys to fill out. I don't think condition markers need to go to the enemies because this is powered by the apocalypse. So really everything's, because enemies don't roll dice. You do. The GM doesn't roll them. You do. The players only roll. So there'll be a bestiary. There'll be monsters. There'll be everything, and there will be, because I'm loving it, my family's loving it. I got a lot of people DM'd me when I did a community post and I sent it to them. They gave me some feedback, some of them at least, and they're loving it. And they said, Moses, are you thinking about doing different settings? Because this is a good basis to do like seafaring, jungle, more jungle, you know, horror. I even could do like my haiku journey. I'll link that up as well. If you like to be a Patreon as well, you could download that game or download the free version, which is an older version. I'll put that in the description, Haiku Journey, where I have a lot of plot hooks and plots and settings. I can make that for this. The basis of this game just transfers over to another setting that I want to do. Like my daughter, I mean, she doesn't really understand, but I'm playing with her. She loves Peter Rabbit. So like I can do an anthropomorphic setting to where you're badgers and honey badgers and honey badger, but you're sheep, deer, rabbit, mole, and you can just play around with this system. I'm so excited, everybody. I'm so excited, really. And if you're still around, thank you. I know I kind of went everywhere. There's so much for me to do. And I didn't want to do something where it's like set camera and organize and draw out an outline to make sure I talk about this and this. I want to talk to you like how I made this game, free flowing. What should I do here? What should I circle here? What should I put there? You know? So this is my solo play basic rules, okay? I have been making solo rules in a way, okay? The first ever solo rules I saw were 2 of them, I believe, back in the late 80s. I believe Tunnels and Trolls. I think that was the first time I ever seen solo rules, official. And I'll probably link up in the video my background or backstory with solo role-playing. When I started playing it in the late 80s by myself, well, good job, Moses. You mean solo means by yourself? The more you watch, the more you learn on my channel, everybody. Anyways, I was playing with my Smurf toys when I was a kid, flipping coins, basically, 50-50. You know, Papa Smurf was a quarter, Brainy Smurf was a penny or something like that, even though they're all 50-50, but I allocated them that way. So, and I think it was Warhammer Quest had solo rules, not Hero Quest. I can't remember, but that's when I started going, ooh, I could do something like this. Now, it wasn't organized like this, but I started writing rules of my own, probably early 92. I started doing solo rules on my own. So I have a backlog of journals of stuff I've done. So this is a synopsis of what I've done. And there's a few inspirations in here. Iron Sworn and Mythic, just for the organizational type. But I used to do rules where I used to do like, you roll on the table to see if the ending of the word has an ing in it or a ed, meaning it was past. Like I vote, roll on it. Ooh, voted. I voted in the past. Or ing, like I'm swim. I'm gonna go swim. Let's roll. Oh, swim, ing, swimming. I am swimming right now. So I had those type of rules, which I didn't think people would really care for. Maybe they do. Where your word here, uncover, you roll again, and now it's uncovered. You know what? Maybe I will do that rule for my system. It's like, wait. It's not just I uncovered for the verb. I rolled on the ending of the word and it's ed. That means I've uncovered it. Like maybe in the past and I didn't connect the dots. Or ing, I'm uncovering it right now as we speak, or someone else is, etc. Regardless, this is a synopsis or a quick rundown of my solo rules, okay, which a lot of people have been asking about, and it will be available. I'm probably gonna make it available for everyone in Patreon, not just paid Patreon members, okay? Because I wanna give a lot for people that are just being a Patreon, because it really means a lot. Because all that money that I'm gaining from Patreon, all the years I've been doing YouTube, is saved in an account to be used. And it's probably going to be used to publish this game. Maybe. We'll see. No Kickstarter or anything like that. Okay, so yes or no oracle. It's simple and easy, okay? So let's say I rolled a yes and, number 1. Okay, let's just do it. A 6. So this is a no and. No and. Roll on the random event generator and roll on the verb and noun table. If it was a 5, it's just a no. If it's a 4, it's a no. But roll on the verb and noun table, silver lining. So it's kind of like almost a yes, but you're getting inspiration from here. But if it's an and, you roll on the random event generator. So let's say I roll again. A 6, wow. Lost and found. Lose something valuable, but find something else unexpected and potentially useful. Okay, so double-edged sword there. And it's like, well, how does that really, a yes and, let's say, how does that really affect what I'm doing? I know I'm doing this at a broad example, but you do exactly what it says. Roll on the verb and noun. So I got a D20 in my drawer. Let's see. 15 for the verb. Disrupt. Now that's linking in with what happened before, and that's a 9. A 9, relic. Disrupt relic. So what was it before? Lost and found. Lose something valuable, but find something unexpected and potentially useful. You see how that worked? Quick example. So I found something unexpected and potentially useful, and that was if you remember what I rolled, Moses. Disrupt, 9. Relic. So there's a relic I found. One of our players, if you're in a group, or you can play just completely by yourself, found a relic that can disrupt something. I said that wrong. And yeah, that's my game. What do you guys think, huh? Little game. This is the pamphlet version, of course. Like I said, I'm about 35 pages in. What do you think? And what do you think about this? Oh, did I talk about the healing? Yes, I did. That's right. See, this is why you need an outline, Moses. You should get an outline, just put it on the computer screen and make sure you don't show it so they think you're really smart and concise. There's a lot more, by the way, there's a lot more archetypes. This is basically playbooks in a way, archetypes, sorry. This is basically playbooks. I think I have about 10 now of all different types. People that are good at exploring social encounters, etc., etc. Actions, like an action table would be where you're chasing somebody. So instead of having like here, you have combat, spell, social, and exploration. I have action where you're chasing someone, etc., etc. And I'll have a lot of more different tables. I want to end though, Fantasy Age. Your system helped me connect the dots of using Powered by the Apocalypse, my favorite way to play, especially solo. Instead of a fate die, this is actually like a useful die. So I want to thank you, Fantasy Age. I know you're not the publisher, but I just want to talk to Fantasy Age here. I want to thank you because I made fun of you a little bit here, and I just want to thank you to the people that made it. It just needed to be tested more. It needed to be tested more. And that's, in my opinion, why it died off. And I have a lot of my subscribers asking me, what's Fantasy Age? And this is a second edition. This just came out like 7 months ago. So this is new, fresh stuff. This book came out 7 months ago right here. And it's not up to par, unfortunately. There's a lot of home brewing has to be done to make this really streamlined and fun. And how I'm streamlining is when you roll your 3d6, that is your roll. That's it. Go to number 4, go to the table. You're using this as a table indicator, like what has been rolled. And then if you want the group, it becomes a form of currency. Okay, I'm hungry. All this hamburger and souffle talk. I've never even had a souffle in my life, and I'm talking about souffles. Happy gaming, everybody. Bye.